Tonight I'll be reading Book 2 from the series The Books of 9 and 10 Penance by yours truly. And this book is called The Greatest Storm, the story of Allison White and Stephen Blackman. It's dedicated to my great aunt Fern and Uncle Bill. They were separated for a long time, but came back together during World War II. Uncle Bill was in a camp for 15 months. They didn't know if he'd make it back home. So tonight I'm going to read to you the first chapter, The Eye of the Greatest Storm. This is a tale of true love, separated by an ocean. The question of whether young love can survive the roughest of seas, the coldest of winds, and the rocky waves that stand between them. In order to do so, a long journey lay ahead. A spell must be broken, and a curse must be lifted. If they are to know in their hearts it was meant to be. Could they conquer anything thrown in their way and overcome the challenges they would have to face? Together, could they survive the greatest storm? The sky was clear. The stars were all left out for show. The moon was bright and vivid, creating a magnificent spectacle glistening off the peaceful ocean. The sea is a mystery on nights like this. It gives her heart willingly, free without consequence. Then, at any given moment, it can coil around and take it all back, claiming what rightfully belongs to the depths. Stephen Blackman, the young man in our tale of true love, was watching as the waves crashed against the side of the boat, not realizing how wild and deadly they can become at any given moment. While he was thinking of his one true love, a slender, unappreciated old man leaned against the railing. "What a lovely evening we're having tonight, is it not?" Stephen replied. "Excuse me, sir, your skin is pale and your eyes look black. Are you okay?" "The name is Libretto, and I'll be fine once we make port. It's just that I've never cared much for the sea and its way to leave one lonely." "Well, the name is Stephen. I'm going to be married soon, once we reach the island." "Trust me, you have nothing to fear except for this ship." "Why would I fear anything? I'm going to be married." "Oh, I know, she's an old pile of rust and held together by a few badly welded rivets. I'm afraid if a storm were to hit, the ship would be torn to pieces and we'd all be lost at sea." "Nonsense. This ship has sailed for 7 days straight without so much as a baby's burp to belch. Besides, the winds are fair and the waves are calm." Stephen's new friend Libretto then stuck his head overboard and cursed out at the sea with a violent gulp. "I wish I had your confidence, young lad." Stephen stepped a little further away and said, "Tell me, why are you traveling to an island in the middle of the ocean if you get seasick so easily?" "It's a long story and I don't want to bore you, but since you insist..." "Well, I didn't actually insist. When I was your age, I loved a gal as fair as could be. I thought we would spend the rest of our lives together, but we drifted apart. She's there on the island. I thought I might go see what she's been up to over the years." "I see. Interesting story. Well, I still have some things I need to..." Libretto pounded his fist on the railing. "I wish I would have had a way to test our love first, to see if it was truly meant to be, before we were married. Alas, that time is lost to us now, and I'll never get it back." Stephen put a hand on his shoulder. "Look on the bright side. If she's still the same girl you remember, I'm sure you'll find that spark the two of you once shared, only this time you'll have patience on your side." "That's just it. If I hadn't wasted all those years wondering what could have been..." It doesn't matter. You don't want to know what that's like. It's no life to live. At least you're going to see her. It has to be a good feeling, even though you feel you led a life in regret." "Stephen, is it? Mind your own business." Libretto grabbed Stephen by the loop of his collar. "No, wait. You just don't get it. I'm old, and the old don't get a chance to live out their dreams, or their past, once they've faded away with time. Well, the love of my life is on that island, and so is yours. This I am confident of." "Confident? I wish I still had your spirit, the spirit of youth. Fate had a hand in us meeting, not chance. I was meant to tell you to give up. I bet once she sees you, the two of you will spend the rest of your days on that island." "Doubtful. Say, The waves are moving awfully fast. Out of nowhere, a fantastical storm erupted. The ocean unleashed its fury, turning the peaceful evening into a horrific nightmare in the blink of an eye. The ship began taking on water as it could no longer hold together its badly welded rivets in the rapidly growing waves. The captain immediately ordered all hands on deck and the passengers to be loaded onto life rafts at once. Stefan, his new friend Libretto, and several other passengers were among the first to be sent adrift to face the storm alone. The ship soon became a flickering light, a spot in the distance slowly sinking to the bottom of the ocean. The waves were rough, but the life raft held strong amidst the gulping temper of the waters that were trying desperately to swallow them. Stefan kept the passenger's mind at ease with his rapier wit and knowledge of the sea. All was going well until Libretto stood up and began rocking the life raft back and forth as he cried out, begging for mercy. He clasped his hands together and pleaded, "Please show us mercy. It was not meant to end like this. I don't want to die out here in this God-forsaken place. Put my feet on dry land where I belong." Stefan took action. He held on to his new friend and said, "We'll be fine, Libretto. Sit down. You're rocking the boat. We'll capsize if you can't remain in your seat." "No, how can you be calm at a time like this? Man was not meant to float on water. We're all doomed, I tell you. We are all doomed." Stefan tried to calm him, but it was too late. The life raft capsized. The passengers clung onto whatever they could find to stay afloat. The waves quickly carried Stefan into the eye of the storm. But as fate would have it, he found a rather large tree torn up from its roots floating alongside him. He climbed aboard and held on for the bumpy ride. The brutal storm took a toll on his strength, and he was knocked unconscious by a crashing wave, left floating along into the unknown. He floated all night and into the next day until the tree hit a sandy beach. He woke in a strange misty fog covering the ocean. There was nowhere else to go, so he set foot on dry land and walked along the shoreline as luggage from the shipwreck began washing up. He wondered if this was not his fate, if he was truly lost at sea on some uncharted island. Then the fog slowly lifted. He saw a bottle and a box wrapped in plastic. The bottle was empty but still had its cap. The box held the captain's log, along with a pen made from a feather used to write the events of the storm from the night before. Stefan thought to himself that this may very well be the end, and that he may never again see his one and only true love. So he decided right then and there to write a note on the back of the captain's account of the storm and send it afloat, out to sea in the bottle, addressed to his love-to-be. The bottle was taken rather quickly by the waves, as if destined to find the one the letter was addressed to. End of chapter 1, and I hope you'll pick up the book. The other main character, Allison White, takes over in chapter 2. Have a good night.